Blue Jackets back at it tonight to close out their season series with the Boston Bruins. They've just had 3 days off for the Christmas break. And, Jody, you go back to the last game that they played. Before the break, it was right here against Montreal, and it was a grinded-out win for a 12th straight victory. Blue Jackets built a 2-0 lead, and then a bad-angle goal by the Montreal Canadiens in the third period, but the Blue Jackets were able to really ramp it up and just ride it out.
You're right, and Sergei Bobrovsky was a star. Definitely. He worked, he got the job done, his team in front of him had a couple big dips, but not to worry, the streak is still intact.
It is still intact. And Josh Anderson says after that game, well, it was nice to have a 3-day break.
We had a busy week there last week, and, we did a really good job. But it was really nice having that 3-day break just to, rest the body a little bit and, be ready for the second half.
And the break was had by both teams. Both teams coming off the 3 days, and now which team's going to wake up first? John Tortorella spent this morning's pregame skate probably 6 or 7 minutes talking to the guys, making sure they're ready for the start of this game.
Well, we've been on the other side of it where we've had to come in early the day after Christmas, get on a plane, go to Chicago or Tampa, something like that. Today, the Blue Jackets were able to stay home. They were at home going into the break. They're at home on the other side. Advantage for the player?
I think so. No travel this morning is nice. The Blue Jackets are familiar. They're coming off a couple wins here at home. It's all good right now to play this game right after the break at Nationwide Arena.
Blue Jackets will be looking to get their game back together, and that's not just at 5-on-5, but also special teams. And the power play unit continues to be #1 in the league. And Cam Atkinson says the reason is when they get the man advantage, they expect to score.
Well, we expect to score every single time, and I'm sure the other guys are, chomping at the bit to get out there as well, just because, they don't really get the opportunities. And, obviously we have great skill from, both units, and we expect to score every single time we're out there.
They expect to score, and we expect to see them score. It's one of those things that their confidence is so high, and whether it's the first unit or the second unit, whichever one goes over the boards, they do a good job, and they're getting it done.
The Blue Jackets have only lost 5 games in regulation all year coming into tonight. 2 of them against the San Jose Sharks and 2 against these Boston Bruins. You're coming out of a 3-day break. If you're looking for something to spark you early, would that be a good thing?
I would say yes on that for the Blue Jackets. They've had challenges all year. They've been risen up to those challenges, and this is one now. This is something in the room that John Tortorella will use for motivation. 0-2 so far to the Bruins. Make it right here tonight.
Let's look at some of the key players for the Boston Bruins. The guy that sits atop the points for them is Brad Marchand. Then you've got David Pastrnak, who's kind of coming into his own, and David Krejci.
Krejci's a veteran player, very interesting guy for me. Plays a 200-foot game, very reliable, and he can find the back of the net. He had off-season hip surgery, and now he's really coming into his own. The Blue Jackets have got to watch him tonight. Marchand is a player not very big in stature, but he's an all-star in this league. Played in the World Cup and did a sensational job. He's got 29 points in the season. He's a spark plug for the Boston Bruins. And then the third player is Pastrnak. This player is a Czech-born player, second year in the National Hockey League. He's got 19 goals on the season, and he's dangerous in the offensive zone. The Blue Jackets have got to try to make him play defense.
All right, as John Tortorella says, Christmas is over. It's time to get back to work. Are you ready?
I'm ready. You ready?
I'm ready. Let's do it. That will do it for the Rink Report. For Jody Shelley, I'm Bob McElligott. Enjoy the game.